womb of a mother, that to create a child that is a girl child, there is something that go into making that child who she is, that nothing else will ever be able to duplicate or do it in the way God do it. She is molded to think a particular way, to feel a particular way, to have certain things that run through her mind and her body that no one else can duplicate. In her, there is something that speaks to that which Solomon says, "Where has your beloved gone, O fairest among women? Where has your beloved turned aside, that we may seek him? Oh, yes, with you." If you think about it, then every mother that is here, you are who you are because not that you fight to be who you are, you're naturally who you are. You did not put on to become who you are. You are shaped from the womb as God has created you, but your environment for which you grew up in has helped to shape your life. Think about God. Think about Jesus. Jesus says, I was with God. In the beginning was the Word was God, the Word became flesh and dwelt among men. Out of Mary's womb came Jesus, who was conceived by the Holy Spirit. And in it, this man who was born to a woman was unique in itself, and there was no one like him. In it, think of God who done what he did to bring forth Jesus. They were special. And so with a woman, she was brought forth and birthed very special. From since the day that she was born, she was treated a little different than if it was a boy child. Ladies, think about it. How did you treat the girl child and how did you treat the boy child? They both are loved and care, but there is something that you do a bit differently with the girl child than with the boy child. There is some ways that you have taught and instilled in that girl child that is different that you instilled in the boy child. She was molded to care. I look at a young child. She just no more than 5 years, I believe. And she took the baby that was on the chair. And believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. She lifts the child up. The mother was not looking. She lifted the child up. And she hold the child. I mean, nobody taught her how to hold that child. I could bet she saw her mother holding the child. But she take that child up, and she hold the child, and she bring the child, and she put the child just like this. Tell any man to try that. They can't try it when they're 5 years and get it, and when they're 50, they still try it, and they still can't get it. She just naturally hold the child, and you see, she look at the child in this particular loving, caring way, and then she begin to rock the child. Now tell any man to do that. You see, because God have a way of holding you and I, as fragile as we are and as big and powerful as he is, he holds us in this nice, loving, caring way and rock us in the place where he wants us to be. Sometimes we may not like where he has put us, but in some way we appreciate his love and his care. And as that woman grew older, she began to pick up certain habits and ways that are different to the boy child. The boy child liked to play and go out and with sticks and run about the place and do stuff outside of the house. The girl child, liked to play with the doll and fold the clothes, liked to help mommy in the house. There are certain things that the girl child just naturally do. And she finds herself spending time more with mommy and with daddy. Think about it. If there's a daddy around, the boy child kind of gravitate towards the father, and the girl child gravitate towards the mother. In some cases, depends on how the mother treat both of them. Both of them want to stick to mommy much more than daddy. But it's what it is. But there is a certain amount of love and care than habits that she begin to pick up. Taza is a Hebrew word meaning she is my delight. In verse 6, verse 4 of chapter 6 of Solomon, she is my delight. Now, a woman is the delight of God. Because the truth is, as much as some men would pretend that the woman is not important, she is, take her out of your life, you are in trouble. Every mother that is here, as you have molded and shaped your life. I listened to a lady sent to me this week. She said, I couldn't understand when people say as a young girl that a mother is saying that here it is that she has, her child is stuffing and has cold and her nostril is blocked, and the mother put her mouth over the nostril and suck out the cold from the child's nostril. She said, I used to say, oh gosh, I could never do that. And she put her face, she said, I said I could have never do that. But when I had my first child and I saw what was happening, and I too had to put my mouth over the nostril of my child and pull it out, I didn't think anything, I just do it. I do it because in me there was something just natural. Ask a man to do that. I would have a hard time. And if any man being honest with himself, he would have a hard time. It's far easier for a woman to do certain things for her children that is so powerful and unique that you could never understand it. In that same way, the things God do for you and I, some of us, most of us, all of us could never understand it. How could a mighty God, a God of creation, a God who created the world, a God who owns the universe, a God who commands millions, a God who could stay and just clip his finger and make things happen, how could that same God love Peeny Winnie me? How could I be loved? How could that God love me? How could God love me so much? But think about it. As a mother come to grips with herself, think about getting pregnant. As some would say, I didn't plan it, but it happened. Happen or not, there are some who would feel comfortable despite the agony of having an abortion. But I want you to think for a moment. God's love was so much that if he had destroyed all of us, and which he could, you see, there is a problem. Because God loved for us, and because we have failed, because we have done such things to him, he could have aborted all of us. You know that? He could have just destroyed all of us, and he had the power to do it. But he did not. Because there was something in him that connected to his creation that is unique. And think about you as a mother carrying, got pregnant and carrying that child. Do you remember when you learned that you're pregnant? In some cases you're smiling. In some cases you're holding your head. In some cases you're holding your belly. In some cases you're getting sick. In some cases you don't know what to do. But if you hold on to all those emotions that was stirring inside of you, step by step, where finally you conclude, this child is mine, I am bringing it no matter what they say. That's your conclusion. And therefore, in the midst of it, think about God. With all that man has done, God said, how wicked man is and what they have done to me, I am still going to bring forth Jesus. I am still going to make him available to man. That you mothers have a choice. You have a choice to bring forth that child or not to bring forth that child. And think about the months. The 10 months or the 9 months or the 8 months that you carry me. Think about those months that you bear the sick in the morning sickness. And I remember my mother used to go up in Marion and she used to go and eat this rock in this special place. And I could never understand that. And Elizabeth, I think I would never understand it. And that's why I'm saying that men could never understand. My mother used to, I see my mother when she eat rock, and then I see when she had another child, she was eating peas. Raw peas, just eating it. And there's some of you, there's some things that you just want and you want it bad. No matter when we just want it. There is a craving for it. And your husband or your boyfriend has to climb whatever mountain, he had to climb whatever valley, he had to go through to find it. Why? Because you want it and you want it bad. Think about it. God wanted to bring Jesus forth so bad, the craving for him to allow man to be saved, that he put everything aside. Although he knew he would die on a cross, he gave everything to make sure that a child was born. Herod, you remember Herod? He wanted to kill him. What God did, he protected him. Went to Joseph and he said, look, you need to go to Egypt because of what is happening. He put angels to protect him. There is something so protective that a mother have towards a child. There's certain things you would not do whilst you're pregnant. Not so? There are certain places you will not go. There are certain things that you will not eat. Why? Why? Because you're thinking about that child. Before you were pregnant, you're eating all kind of thing. Think about it. You're doing all kind of thing. But the minute time you know that you are pregnant, there are certain things you're cutting out of your dad. There are certain things you're not doing anymore. You have become protective, not of yourself, but of what is going inside of you. And you begin to do what you do best, to mold and to shape that child in that womb, rubbing the child move. There's certain place that you feel the child kicking, and those things are unique to you. Unique to you. Sometimes music suits the child, and you begin to feel that child within you as it grows. And then come the point of giving birth. What a man know about giving birth? What we men know about giving birth? Them men who want, them homosexuals who want to defy God's order and believe that they could become a woman. As I said early on, a billion years from now, they will never become a woman. Because from